an excuse to do something a little cooler. We're going to be playing some nice Halloween songs, telling some spooky stories. It's gonna be a blast. Now, I'll tell you the first spooky story right after we get some Halloween songs coming out. I got a nice selection today. It's surprisingly hard to find good fall, autumn, Halloween songs to play, but I think I got enough. So let's get right into it.
Through the nauseous night I soar, through the pools of rancid gore, through the sewer pipes I'll crawl, to the horror hall, to the hall where vampires scream. Happy Halloween. From the cold and ancient graves, from the coffins and the caves, from the rocks and werewolf nests, come the ghastly gas. Gonna have a nightmare dream. Happy Halloween. So little witch, we've got a date. You better put your head on straight. Jump on your broom and don't be late. This is our night to celebrate. Through the oozing quicksand swamp, do the muddy, bloody stomp. Do the brand new twist and ditch with the wicked witch. Everybody make the scene. Happy Halloween. Isn't this a gruesome party? All the weirdies are here. You can't tell which is which without a program. Oh, there's the Wah-Wah-Doozy witch. And there's Dracula dancing with Vigor till rigor mortis sets in. For this sweet night we wait all year. Now don't you try to disappear. I'll open up your coffin, dear. My nose will tell that you're still here. Gonna eat some lizard lunch. Gonna drink some living punch. Gonna dance until we're dead. Hit me on the head. Hang my heart and split my spleen. Happy Halloween. Everybody make the scene. Happy Halloween.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see this our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene. Trick or treat, till the game is gonna die right. It's our town, everybody scream. This town of Halloween. And the one hiding under your bed, teeth found sharp and eyes going red. I am the one hiding under your stairs, fingers like snakes and spiders in my hair. This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween. In this town we call home, everyone hail to the pumpkin song. In this town, don't we love it now? Everybody is Halloween. Everybody scream. Won't you please make way for a very special guy? Alvin Jack is king of the pumpkin patch. Everyone hail to the pumpkin king now. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween, 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 Halloween. In this town we call home. Everyone hail to the pumpkin song. Shake it up is all that we know. Using bodies up as we go. I'm waking up to fantasy. The shades all around are the colors we used to see. Broken eyes still melts in the sun. And ties that are broken can't offer me one again. We're so alone and so really matters to me. Look around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. Oh, 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 oh. Reaching out for something to hold. Looking for a love where the climate is cold. Manic moves and drowsy dreams. Living in the middle between the two extremes. Smoking guns, hot to the touch. We'd cool down if we didn't use them so much. Yeah, we're so alone and so really matters to me. Too much. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch. We're so alone. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. Out of touch. Out of time. Out of touch. Out of time, girl. You're out of touch. Reach out for something to hold. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. Too cold. You're out of touch. Too cold. I'm out of time. Too cold, girl. Yeah, it's not around. You're out of touch. Out of touch. Out of time. Out of touch. Out of time. Out of touch. Out of time, girl. You're out of touch. Yeah, I'm out of time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Now, as I promised before, let's get right into our first Halloween theme spooky story for the night. Mommy told me never to go in the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kind of sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see the puppy, so I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy. And then Mommy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mommy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad, and I cried. Then Mommy told me to never go into the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. That made me feel a little bit better, so I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. Now, very nice. Very spooky stuff. That's the feel of Halloween. I don't know about everyone in the audience right now, but I haven't been feeling the Halloween vibe until just recently today when I went out and bought a very large, very pristine pumpkin. And it cost me $2 right next to a pumpkin pie that was 3 times as expensive as the pumpkin, but I actually have it with me right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to eat it. If I do, I have to eat it somewhere where I'm not going to get any crumbs, but maybe eventually. Because eating over a soundboard is very irresponsible. Anyways, let's get right back into the Halloween songs. Now, I had a concern, let's say, from a fan. And he said, unquote, "I swear to God, if you play Monster Mash, I will make it so that you have no family to come home to." And that really touched me. If I got harmed because of what I put out on the radio, then that's fine. I'm cool with that. But if anyone I know, anyone I love, got harmed by something I put out on a radio, I go down as a legend. So here's Monster Mash, everyone. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get right into it.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5. They played the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?" It's now the monster mash. And it's a graveyard smash. It's caught on in a flash. It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool, Drac's a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. Then you can monster mash and do my graveyard smash. You'll catch on in a flash. Then you can monster mash. Mash. Ooh. Easy go, you impetuous young boy. Mash good.
Heading down south to the land of the pines. I'm thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, North Country winters keep a getting me down. Lost my money playing poker, so I had to leave town. But I ain't a turning back to living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Yeah, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Walking to the south out of Roanoke, I caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long toke. But he's headed west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. I gotta move on before the sun. I hear my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Oh, so rock me,
who's watching me. I'm just an average man with an average life. I work from 9 to 5. Hey, hell, I pay the price. All I want is to be left alone in my average home. But why do I always feel like I'm in the twilight zone? And I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? When I come home at night, I break the door real tight. People call me on the phone, I'm trying to avoid. But can the people on TV see me, or am I just paranoid? When I'm in the shower, I'm afraid to wash my hair, 'cause I might open my eyes and find someone standing there. People say I'm crazy, just a little touched, but maybe showers remind me of psycho humor. That's why I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me, who's playing tricks on me. I don't know anymore. Are the neighbors watching me? Well, is the mailman watching me? And I don't feel safe anymore. Oh, what a mess. I wonder who's watching me now. The IRS? I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me, who's playing tricks on me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, can it be? I always feel like somebody's watching me. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me, who's playing tricks on me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Can I have my privacy? Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Last night, a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act at a local bar's music night. After a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table we were sitting at, the bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck, I used my friend's phone to call mine. After 2 rings, someone answered, gave out a low, raspy giggle, and hung up. They didn't answer again. I eventually gave it up as a loss and headed home. I found my phone laying on the nightstand, right where I left it. Now, unfortunately, I didn't make a script or an outline for this show, so I'm kind of running things to talk about real fast. So, let me just think for a second, because I haven't been very responsible as of late. Minecraft has been taking over my life. I recently purchased a modded Minecraft server, and I've been playing on that for at least 5 hours a day. with the exception of tonight because it's Choppa Wednesday. Choppa being the SMG gun in Team Fortress 2 that the sniper class has, and that is what I am going to be participating in tonight. Choppa Wednesday. Let's see here. What else happened to me today? Oh, I gave that informative speech about making an atomic bomb. Turned out very nicely, although that's what I think. And I think of myself very highly, as I'm sure you can all guess. But apparently, Professor Jermick didn't think it was that great, considering that she didn't say good job afterwards like she did with everyone else's. So, I can only be left to assume that I did a bad job, or she thinks I did a bad job. In which case, she would be very wrong, because I'm a great speech giver. Anyways, it wouldn't be a Halloween-themed episode without the Monster Mash on it twice. So, here we are. I'm just kidding. I don't want my family to get killed twice. It wouldn't be a Halloween-themed playlist without Michael Jackson's Thriller, one of the top songs of all time. I do not know if it is the top song of all time. I could give that a quick Google, but I would be leaving you with several seconds of silence because it takes me a while to use my phone. So, let us just start playing Thriller.
across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell.
I'm gonna do it tonight.
Stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul? My spirit sleeping somewhere.
me. Why do I feel like this? I'm going crazy now. No more gas in the red. Can't even get it started. Nothing heard, nothing said. Can't even speak about it. I'm alive, I'm my head. Don't wanna think about it. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close for comfort.
Alright, I just realized that I am almost completely through with most of my music, and I still have about 18 minutes left in my show. If you don't count me staying up past my bedtime, because building security in this specific building, SCE, doesn't like me staying up past my bedtime. Haters, smash my head. So, I'm going to read to you another scary story. When it got hot in the valley, Thomas and Alfred drove their cows up to a cool, green pasture in the mountains to graze. Usually, they stayed there with the cows for 2 months, then they brought them down to the valley again. The work was easy enough, but, oh, it was boring. All day the two men tended their cows. At night, they went back to the tiny hut where they lived. They ate supper and worked in the garden and went to sleep. It was always the same. Then Thomas had an idea that changed everything. "Let's make a doll the size of a man," he said. "It would be fun to make, and we could put it in the garden to scare away the birds."
"Should look like Harold,"
Alfred said. Harold was a farmer that they both hated. They made a doll out of old sacks stuffed with straw. They gave it a pointy nose like Harold's and tiny eyes like his. Then they added dark hair and a twisted frown. Of course, they also gave it Harold's name. Each morning on their way to the pasture, they tied Harold to a pole in the garden to scare away the birds. Each night, they brought him inside so that he wouldn't get ruined if it rained. When they were feeling playful, they would talk to him. One of them might say,
"How are the vegetables growing today, Harold?"
Then the other, making believe he was Harold, would answer in a crazy voice,
"Very slowly."
They both would laugh, but not Harold. Whenever something went wrong, they took it out on Harold. They would curse at him, even kick or punch him. Sometimes one of them would take the food they were eating, which they both were sick of, and smear it on the doll's face.
"How do you like the taste of that stew, Harold?"
he would ask.
"Well, you better eat it, or else."
Then the two men would howl with laughter. One night, after Thomas had wiped Harold's face with food, Harold grunted.
"Did you hear that?"
Alfred asked. "It was Harold," Thomas said. "I was watching him when it happened. I can't believe it."
"How could he grunt? He's just a sack of straw. It's not possible."
"Let's throw him in the fire, and that will be that."
"Let's not do anything stupid," said Alfred. We don't know what's going on. When we move the cows down, we'll leave him behind. For now, let's just keep an eye on him."
So they left Harold sitting in the corner of the hut. They didn't talk to him or take him outside anymore. Now and then the doll grunted, but that was all. After a few days, they decided there was nothing to be afraid of. Maybe a mouse or some insects had gotten inside Harold and were making those sounds. So Thomas and Alfred went back to their old ways. Each morning they put Harold out in the garden, and each night they brought him back into the hut. When they felt playful, they joked with him. When they felt mean, they treated him as badly as ever. Then one night Alfred noticed something that had frightened him.
"Harold is growing,"
he said. "I was just thinking the same thing," Thomas said.
"Maybe it's just our imagination. We've been up here on this mountain for too long."
The next morning, while they were eating, Harold stood up and walked out of the hut. He climbed on the roof and trotted back and forth, like a horse on its hind legs. All day and all night he trotted like that. In the morning, Harold climbed down and stood in a far corner of the pasture. The men had no idea what he would do next. They were afraid. They decided to take the cows down into the valley that same day. When they left, Harold was nowhere in sight. They felt as if they had escaped a great danger and began joking and singing. But when they had gone only a mile or two, they realized they had forgotten to bring the milking stools. Neither one wanted to go back for them, but the stools would cost a lot to replace.
"There really is nothing to be afraid of,"
they told one another. "After all, what could a doll do?" They drew straws to see which one would go back. It was Thomas. I'll catch up with you," he said, and Alfred walked toward the valley. When Alfred came to a rise in the path, he looked back for Thomas. He did not see him anywhere. But he did see Harold. The doll was on the roof of the hut again. As Alfred watched, Harold kneeled and stretched out a bloody skin to dry in the sun. And that's the end of the story, Harold. Very nice. A little anticlimactic at the end, I'm not gonna lie. But, scary story is a scary story. A straw doll skinned a man alive. What more could you want? Now, speaking of scary stories, I have just the thing for you people. Well, just the thing to cool you down a bit. It's kind of the opposite of a scary story. It's a song that I wish someone would sing me. And you'll realize why in just a second. I hope you enjoy it.
I still hear your voice when you sleep next to me. I still feel your touch in my dream. Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you, it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? I want this to last. Need you by my side. 'Cause every time we touch, I feel the static, and every time we kiss, I reach for the sky. Can't you hear my heart beat? So I can't let you go. Want you in my life. Your arms are my castle, your heart is my sky. They wipe away tears that I cry. The good and the bad times, we've been through them all. You make me rise when I fall. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? I want this to last. Need you by my side. 'Cause every time we touch, I feel the static, and every time we kiss, I reach for the sky. Can't you hear my heart beat? So I can't let you go. Want you in my life.
sleeping. You're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you. Don't say thank you. Oh please, I do what I want when I'm wanting to. My soul so cynical. So you're a tough guy, like you're really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. Duh. I'm the bad guy. I like it when you take control, even if you know that you don't own me. I'll let you play the role. I'll be your animal. My mommy likes to sing along with me, but she won't sing this song if she reads all the lyrics. She'll pity the men I know. So you're a tough guy, like you're really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. Duh. I'm the bad guy. Duh. I'm only good at being bad. I like when you get mad. I guess I'm pretty glad that you're alone. You said she's scared of me? I mean, I don't see what she sees, but maybe it's 'cause I'm wearing your cologne. I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy.
Well, that is all I have for tonight. Thank you all for joining me on this amazing episode of Roanmance Wednesday. And make sure, lock your doors, make sure there's nothing under your bed, and sleep tight tonight. Thank you for coming to the show. Good night, everyone.